Good day everyone, welcome to our new video lesson in modern mathematics. And for this video, the topic will be propositional logic. Let's have first a definition of propositional logic. So that is a part of mathematical logic which deals with statements that are either true or false, but not both. So yung statement natin pwedeng tama, pwedeng mali, pero hindi pwedeng parehong tama at mali. So for example, we have 1 plus 1 equals 2. So that is true. So it cannot be false. Example, we have 1 plus 1 equals 3. That is false and it cannot be true. And proposition is a declarative sentence that is either true or false but not both. And declarative sentence are those sentences that relay information. So example, we have here, Makati City is the capital of the Philippines. So that is a declarative sentence. Makati City is the capital of the Philippines can be true or it can be false. And another examples for propositional logic. So we have Makati City is the capital of the Philippines. Mathematics is an easy course. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 3 plus 3 equals 4. All of these 4 declarative sentences are considered to be a propositional logic. And for proposition can be a single proposition or it can be a compound proposition. So, pag single proposition siya, meron lang siyang isang idea na ibinibigay. So, we have 1 plus 1 equals 2. So, that is a single proposition. Pag sinabi naman compound proposition, it can be a combination of propositions. So, example, we have 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 2 plus 2 equals 5. Wag nating isipin kung mali yung sagot sa 2 plus 2 equals 5. So, there's no problem with that. So, there's no problem whether the answer is correct or not. So, if the mathematical sentence relay a false information, there's no problem with that. And compound propositions can be formed by using propositional or logical connectives. So, we have example logical connectives are not, and, or, if, then, if, and only if. And these are the different types of logical connectives. So we have the negation, the conjunction. So negation, so that is the not term that is added to the proposition. Conjunction. So conjunction, we have the and disjunction is or. Conditional is the if then, while the biconditional is the if and only if. And these are the symbols that are used in stating a compound proposition. So we have the negation, and the negation is read as not. The conjunction is read as and. The disjunction is read as or. And you have the if then. The conditional proposition is read as if then. And the biconditional proposition is known to be as the if and only if. So kung babasahin natin yung symbolic form, we have not P. P and Q. P or Q. If P, then Q. P, if and only if Q. Examples of negation. So we have here example proposition is Lenny is simple, and the negation will be Lenny is not simple. So kumbaga dinuktong lang natin yung term na not in order for the statement to be converted into false proposition. Makati City is the capital of the Philippines. Ang kanyang negation will be Makati City is not the capital of the Philippines. And third, we have mathematics is an easy course, and the negation will be mathematics is not an easy course. And if we will convert the proposition into variables, so example, we have P is equals to Len is simple. The negation of P or not P, Len is not simple. So, kumbaga, yung mga statement natin kanina for the proposition, binigyan lang natin ng variable P to represent the proposition. So, we have here P is equals to Len is simple, not P, Len is not simple. Then, P is equal to Makati City is the capital of the Philippines, not P, Makati is not the capital of the Philippines. Then, P is equal to mathematics is an easy course, not P is equal to mathematics is not an easy course. Then we have conjunction. So second of the type of logical proposition is the conjunction, and conjunction is read as and. Example, we have here our proposition. So we have P is equal to I will pass the mathematics, and letter Q will be I will graduate. Therefore, pag nagkaroon tayo ng P and Q for our logical proposition, that will be stated in English sentence as I will pass mathematics and I will graduate. So we have P and Q. So yung dalawang statement natin, kinumbine lang natin using the conjunction and. I will pass mathematics and I will graduate. For the second example, so we have 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 5. Again, so there's no problem whether the statement is correct or not. Therefore, Q and P, so nauna yung letter Q natin, so ang value ng letter Q natin will be 2 plus 2 equals 5. So that will be the first proposition. And connected with the conjunction and 1 plus 1 equals 2. So our conjunction will be 2 plus 2 equals 5 and 1 plus 1 equals 2, which is equivalent to Q and P. Disjunction or. So ito naman ay binabasa na or. We have the same example here. I will pass mathematics is P. Then Q is I will graduate. So we have P or Q. So the English equivalent will be I will pass mathematics or I will graduate. P or Q. I will pass mathematics, that is the first proposition, which is the equivalent of P. And I will graduate, that is the second proposition, which is the equivalent of Q. And our logical connective will be or. P and Q, I will pass mathematics for P, I will graduate for Q. So binaliktad naman natin Q or P. So if Q will be the first variable, so we will have the value of Q as our first proposition. I will graduate or I will pass mathematics. So sa pangalawang example natin, nauna yung I will graduate kasi sa ating given, nauna yung Q. And sumunod yung P. So sumunod yung I will pass mathematics. And for our next type of proposition, of compound proposition using logical connectives, we have the if-then. Etong arrow na to, nag-represent to ng if-then. So example here, we have if P, then Q. So binabasa natin siyang if P, then Q, or P implies Q. Pwede rin naman yon. So nauna yung variable P natin, then sumunod yung ating variable Q. And P is equivalent to I will pass the mathematics, and Q is equivalent to I will graduate. So that will be if P then Q is equal to if I will pass mathematics, then I will graduate. Second example, you have the same statement here, same proposition here. I will pass mathematics for P, I will graduate for Q. Then ang given natin dito, if Q, then P. So binaliktad natin. So that will be if Q, then P. So mauna yung ating Q statement. So that will be if I will graduate, then I will pass mathematics. And next proposition type, next compound proposition type using logical connectives, you have the if and only if. So that will be represented by a double-headed arrow. Example, same. P is equal to I will pass mathematics. Q is equal to I will graduate. So therefore, this is read as Q if and only if P. So yung equivalent ng letter Q natin will be I will graduate, na una yung letter Q. I will graduate if and only if I will pass mathematics. Okay, then example number 2, 1 plus 1 equals 2, 2 plus 2 equals 5. So again, reminder, huwag nyong intindihin kung tama o mali yung sagot natin. Hindi natin pinag-uusapan yung tama o mali yung ating answer because sabi natin sa definition kanina, proposition can be true, it can be false, but not both. Therefore, P, if and only if Q, so nauna yung ating letter P, so that will be 1 plus 1 equals 2. If and only if, sumunod yung ating Q, 2 plus 2 equals 5. And let's have more examples here. So we have here let P and Q be the propositions. P, I'm in math class, and Q, I'm at school today. So instruction, we have expressed each of these propositions in an English sentence. So bago natin express, basahin muna natin yung mga examples natin. So we have not P. Review natin yung ating mga symbols. So the symbol for negation or not, symbol for and, symbol for or, if then, if and only if. Yan yung mga dapat natin tandaan na logical connectives. Okay, so let's go back here. So we have not P, number 1. Number 2, P and Q. Number 3, we have P or Q. Number 4, we have P, if and only if Q. And for number 5, so that will be not P and Q. Okay, so let's try now to convert the following propositions into an English sentence. So based on our given proposition. So not P, ang letter P natin, I'm in math class. So therefore, we'll just insert the word not dun sa ating proposition. So that will be, I'm not in math class. Then second, we have P and Q. So we have P and Q. So let's combine the two propositions using and. So we have here, I'm in math class and I'm at school today. And third, we have P or Q. Okay, we have P or Q. So that will be, I'm in math class or I'm at school today. For the fourth compound propositions, we have here P, if and only if Q. So that will be equivalent to I'm in math class if and only if I'm at school today. Then for number 5, kung titingnan natin si number 5, halos pinagsama siya na number 1 saka number 2. So meron tayong negation for letter P. So not P and Q. So we have here, I'm not in math class and I'm at school today. And let's go back here. So again, we have here, let P and Q be the proposition. So P, I'm in math class. Q, I'm at school today. So ang ating number 6 ay, if P, then Q. So that will be equivalent to, if I'm in math class, then I'm at school today. So if P, I'm in math class, then Q, I'm at school today. Then for number 7, so meron tayong negation of not Q. So, kailangan mo nating tingnan yung ating truth table. So, ganito yung pagtingin ng truth table natin. Kapag daw tama yung proposition, if the proposition is already true, yung ating negation will be false. Mamamali yung statement ng ating not P. For example, Manila is the capital of the Philippines. Tama yon. So, ang negation natin, Manila is not the capital of the Philippines. So, that will be false. Okay, kapag mali na yung ating proposition, so ang negation niya magiging tama. So halimbawa, Manila is not the capital of the Philippines. Ang negation natin, hindi pwedeng Manila is not. Diba? Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na Manila is not the capital. Iko-convert lang natin siya ng true. So parang ang ating proposition, Manila is not the capital of the Philippines. So tanggalin natin yung not. That will be the negation. So Manila is the capital of the Philippines. So ganun yung mangyayari. So dapat dito ang ating negation of Q ay equivalent siya sa I'm not at school today. Yun ang ating not Q. And then meron pa siyang negation sa labas ng parenthesis. So therefore parang maka-cancel out lang yung dalawang negative. So yung dalawang negation natin. So ang magiging answer natin will be I'm at school today. So nawala yung ating not. Kasi nga, mali na yung ating negation. So, mali ng mali, magiging tama. So, I'm at school today. And then number 8, so we have if P, then P, if and only if Q. So, ang ating if P, if I'm in math class, then I'm in math class if and only if I'm at school today. So, ganyan yung paggamit ng logical connectives in a compound propositions. Then, let's have another example here. So, babalik na rin naman natin. Nasa English sentence yung ating compound proposition. Ililipat naman natin ang mathematical statement or propositional logic statement. So, let P, climate change is the number 1 problem in the world. Then, people are throwing waste in lakes and rivers ang ating letter Q. So, write these propositions using P and Q and logical connectives. So, yung first statement natin dito, climate change is the number 1 problem in the world. So, that will be P. And then, connected by end. So, people are throwing waste in lakes and rivers. So, therefore, yung number 1 natin is a type of conjunction. So, nag-represent siya ng conjunction. So, we will just have the conjunction symbol in between P and Q. And second, climate change is not the number 1 problem in the world. So, inenegate natin yung ating letter P. Lalagyan natin siya ng not symbol or negation symbol. And then, in between, meron tayong if and only if. So, ang gagamitin naman natin doon ay double-headed arrow. if and only if climate change is not. Meron na naman tayong not dito, so meron tayong negation ng P. Nangyari sa ating symbol ay negation of P if and only if negation of P. So, not P, if and only if, not P. And then, let's apply the if-then truth table. So, if-then truth table naman tayo. Kanina, binigay natin yung truth table ng ating not. So, ngayon, if-then. So, kung ang letter P daw natin ay true at tama din yung ating letter Q. So, if both are true, the compound proposition is also true. And then, pangalawa, kung true yung ating letter P, false yung ating letter Q. So, P is true, Q is false. The compound proposition, the if-then statement will be false. Later on, i-apply natin dito. Then, FT. So, mali yung P. False yung P natin. And then, true yung ating Q. So, the compound proposition will be true. Kung pareho naman silang false, magiging true tayo. Parang yung kanina, di ba? Sabi natin kapag mali, yung letter P natin, yung ating negation of P will be true. So, yung kanyang kabaliktaran, magiging true siya. Okay, so example, 1 plus 1 equals 2, then 2 plus 2 equals 5. So, yung first statement natin is true, kasi 1 plus 1 equals 2, so that is true. Yung second statement natin ay false. So, tingin ka lang sa ating truth table. So, we have true and false. So, ang ating if-then statement will become false. Tama yung una, mali yung pangalawa. Tama yung una, mali yung pangalawa. The statement will be mali or false. Number 2, mali. 1 plus 1 equals 3. False. 2 plus 2 equals 4. True. So, mali, tama. Hanapin sa truth table. Ito yon yung pangatlo. False, yung P, yung letter Q ay true. So, therefore, the statement will be true. Again, mali, tama. Mali, tama, tama. So, that will be true. Number 3, we have 1 plus 1 equals 3. So, that is a false statement. 2 plus 2 equals 5. False ulit. Pag pinagsama natin yung dalawang false statements, so lalabas, the whole statement will be true. So, mali yung P, mali yung Q. The statement will be true. And then, fourth, we have, if elephants can fly, then 2 plus 2 equals 5. Siyempre, hindi naman nakakalipad yung elephant, di false yun. So, if that is false, yung second statement natin ay also false. So, false and false, so that will be equivalent to true. Yung false and false natin ay true. If 1 plus 1 equals 2, then bicycle has 2 wheels. So, tama yung 1 plus 1 equals 2. Yung bicycle naman meron dalawang gulong, tama din. So, ang mangyayari dito, we have true and true. So, that will be true and true. So, the if-then statement will be true. So, ganun mag-apply ng truth table. So, kailangan meron tayong truth table. And for the practice exercise, so we have the propositional logic practice exercise. So, determine the following implications whether each is true or false. So, alamin lang natin kung true or false yung entire statement natin, the propositional logic. So, number 1, if 1 plus 1 equals 2, then 2 plus 2 equals 4. So, in this case, tama yung una, tama yung pangalawa, ano yung statement? So, bahala na kayo doon. Then second, if 1 plus 1 equals 3, then 2 plus 2 equals 4. So, mali yung una, tama yung pangalawa. Okay, for this practice exercise, please comment your answer in the comment box. And that will be all for propositional logic. See you on the next video. Have a nice day.